students, today I am going to have a presentation about the smallpox and molluscum. This is the photograph which is showing the smallpox skin lesions. The smallpox disease overview. The pox part of the smallpox, where the pox is derived from the Latin word that is for the spotted and refers to the raised bumps that appear on the face and body of an infected person. It was the first disease to be eradicated from the world and characterized by the highly contagious severe exanthema that is in the form of rashes. Last natural case of variola major, which is the major or severe form of this smallpox, was found from the Bangladeshi woman in the Assam in May 1975, and the last natural case of the variola minor, it was found from the MRSA that on 26th of October. Eradication of the smallpox was declared by the WHO nearly after 3 years of the last of these variola major and minor cases, and eradication was declared on the 8th May 1980. So the laboratory spread was there are chances of laboratory spread, and one small outbreak of this laboratory spread was occur in the Birmingham due to accidental spread of the virus from the viral laboratory, following which the stocks from majority of the laboratory has been destroyed for this virus. Maintenance of this smallpox virus in the form of stock is still persist in the two laboratories, that is the CDC Atlanta in the USA and another is in the Center for Research on Virology and Biotechnology in Koltosa, that is in the Russia. It is also act as an agent of the bioterrorism because the vaccination was stopped following eradication of the people who are born after the 1980 and they are not immunized. So it will act as a bioterroristic agent still now, hence can be potential agent of bioterrorism. So there are two clinical forms of this smallpox. One is variola major and another one is the variola minor. Variola major is the severe and most common form of smallpox. It is more extensive in the form of rash and having a higher fever. 4 types of variola major smallpox are there. One is ordinary, that is the most frequent type according to the accounting for the 90% or more of the cases. Second one is the modified form, which is mild and occurring in the previously vaccinated person. Third one is the flat, and fourth one is the hemorrhagic. This is both rare and very severe cases. Variola major has an overall fatality rate of up to 30%. However, the flat and hemorrhagic smallpox usually are fatal, but they are presenting as a rare form. Second one is the variola minor. It is a less common presentation of the smallpox and a much less severe disease with death rate histologically is 1% or less. Incubation period for this smallpox is 7 to 10 days, and during this incubation period it is not contagious. Initial symptoms are prodrome or not specific type, and duration is 2 to 4 days for this prodrome symptoms, followed by smallpox in the form of contagious disease during the prodromal phase, and it is most infectious during the first 7 to 10 days following the rash onset. So once the rash is onset, the infectiousness is present. Exclusively human pathogen and there is no animal reservoir, so because of this reason it was easily able to be eradicated. The patients were the only source and there was no carrier state. So these are the reason where the eradication of the smallpox is possible. Case detection was easy due to characteristic appearance of the rash. So this is also another clue that it will help in the eradication of the smallpox easily. Subclinical disease were not transmitting the disease. This is also the point which is helping us for the eradication of the smallpox. Global smallpox eradication program was launched in 1967 by WHO with a strong international cooperation and the intense efforts. The disease was wiped out nearly after the 10 years. Highly effective live vaccines were available, which is also helping for the eradication of this virus. Transmission of this virus is possible ways of getting the smallpox are very common in the form of contact, that is the prolonged face-to-face contact with someone who has smallpox, or direct contact with the infectious body fluid or an object such as bedding or clothing of that infected patient where the virus is present, or exposure to the aerosol which are released of the smallpox as the virus is put in the air. So one is aerosol, one is contact, and one is contact with the body fluid. So these are the most infectious agent or the mode of transmission of the smallpox. Now the description of the clinical presentation, the description is mainly the rash which is describing or a characteristic for the smallpox is Rashes are very deep seated and all rashes occurs in the area in one stage. There is not in the step by step evaluation of this rash. Rash appears at the same times all over the body and evolution was slow. It is centrifugal in distribution and fever subsides with the appearance of rash. So first there will be a non-specific symptoms, then there will be a fever, and then there will be a presence of rash. Rash typically of these deep-seated lesions, and it is in the form of centrifugals, that is face, palm and sole are the site, and the extensor surface are the main site for the appearance of the rashes, and the fever will subside after the appearance of the rash. So this is the differentiation between the smallpox and chickenpox. Smallpox incubation period is up to 12 days. Incubation period for chickenpox is 15 days. Rash are mainly in the palm and sole and on the extensor surface for the smallpox. For the chickenpox, it is mainly going to affect the axilla and the flexor surfaces. Rash of smallpox are really a deep-seated and appear in a single stage. Evolution is slow and it is centrifugal distribution, while the chickenpox rashes are the superficial and pleomorphic. It appears in the cropes. Evolution is rapid. Dewdrop rashes are there and it is centripetal in the distribution. So rashes are having a different clinical stages and they are pleomorphic in type, while the rashes of smallpox are deep-seated and of a single stage. Fever subsides with the appearance of rash in the smallpox, while in the chickenpox, fever rises with each crop of the rash. Now, what are the preventive and treatment measures for the smallpox? Is best way to prevent the smallpox is through the vaccination only. If vaccination is given before exposure to the smallpox, the complete protection occurs within 3 days of vaccination. After exposure will prevent or greatly lessen the severity of smallpox in most people. 4 to 7 days after exposure likely offer some protection from the disease or may decrease the severity of disease. And vaccination will not protect the smallpox patient who are already having the rash. So whenever the patient is there, the smallpox vaccine is not effective. But the contact of the patient, the person who is contact with the patient of the smallpox, if he is going to take the vaccine within 3 days, it is more effective. If it is given after 4 to 7 days, the disease severity or the symptoms will be decreased in the form of severity and protection will be there to some level and not of the complete level. The second one is the molluscum contagiosum. It is caused by a DNA pox virus. It is called as molluscum contagiosum virus. Molluscum contagiosum virus has no non-human animal reservoir. It is only going to infect the human. There are 4 subtypes of this virus, that is MCV1 to 4, where MCV1 is the most prevalent and MCV2 is seen usually in the adult. The virus that causes the molluscum is sprayed from person to person by touching the affected skin. The virus may also be sprayed by touching a surface with a virus on it, such as the towel, clothing or toys of a person. The children and young adults are infected. Presence with purely white wart-like lesion with the center umbilication is there on the lesion. Normal sections show large 20 to 30 micron size eosinophilic hyaline inclusion body are seen. So whenever we are taking the biopsy of the wart-like skinny lesion and we are going to stain it by eosinophilic stain or any other stain, then there will be going to see a micron size of 20 to 30 micron size eosinophilic hyaline. So molluscum contagiosum inclusion body are very characteristic for this infection. So they are also called as molluscum body, contain large number of the virus particle in a protein matrix. The lesion of this molluscum contagiosum begins as small, that is 3 to 6 mm papules that are smooth, flesh color, dome with a central dimple. Inside the papule is a white curd-like core that can be easily expressed. Lesion can occur anywhere on the skin and mucous membrane but are usually grouped in 1 to 2 areas. Occasionally they may be widely disseminated. Typically fewer than 20 lesions are present, but some individual may have hundreds. The head, eyelids, trunks and genitalia are the most commonly affected site by this viral and its lesion. The genitalia being the predominant site in the adult. The lesions are characteristically asymptomatic, but a few patients may complain of itching or may develop a eczematous reaction around the lesions. So these are the molluscum skin lesion, which are warty lesion and having a central umbilication that we can see. The most common site are near the eyelids and lip and on the genital areas. Molluscum contagiosum remain contagious until all the bumps go away. So it is very contagious. Once the skin lesion are there, it is contagious. until the all skin lesion will go away. If a person with a healthy immune system opts not to treat the bumps will eventually go away on their own without leaving a scar. After treatment, a person may get new bumps for as long as 6 months depending upon the immunity of a person, and most people have complete clearing in 2 to 4 months. Now, diagnosis of this molluscum contagiosum. That is, diagnosis is made on the clinical appearance. The virus cannot routinely culture, so only the clinical way is the most common method for the diagnosis. Diagnosis can be confirmed by excisional biopsy. Histologically, molluscum contagiosum is characterized by the molluscum bodies in epidermis above the stratum basalis, which consist of large cells with abundant granular eosinophilic cytoplasm, that is, accumulated virions are there in the eosinophilic cytoplasm, and the small peripheral nucleus. Treatment for this molluscum contagiosum skin lesion is, it will depends upon your age, health, and where the bumps appear on your body, and other consideration are also there during the treatment. Most common treatment can be done is the form of cryosurgery. The dermatologist freezes the bumps with the liquid nitrogen. Another way is to do the curettage. The dermatologist may use a small tool called a curette to scrape the bumps from the skin. Laser surgery is also an option. The laser targets and destroys the bumps. This can be an effective treatment for a people who have a weakened immune system. Treatment is, if a person has an AIDS or another disease that weakens the immune system, the bumps will not go away without the treatment, and bumps can be a challenge to the treatment. Dermatologists often combine the treatment to offer these patients some clearing. Complete clearing may not be possible, so molluscum contagiosum remain contagious until all the bumps go away. So whenever the immunocompromised patients are there having the infection by this molluscum contagiosum and the skin lesion are there, it is persisting for a longer time, these patients are very, very serious to transmit the infection or may contagious, patient is more contagious to the another person. If a person with a healthy immune system opts not to treat the bumps will eventually go away on their own without leaving any kind of scar. And after treatment, a person may get new bumps for as long as 6 months, and some will have up to the 2 to 4 months period. So imiquimod, that is the medicine, is applied on the bump. Imiquimod helps your immune system fight against the virus. It is a strong medicine. It also in use to treat the stubborn swart and some skin cancers also. Retinoid or antiviral medicine applied to the skin will also be helpful to kill the virus and to decrease the contagiousness of the lesions. So this is all about the smallpox and molluscum contagiosum body. It is very small topic, but about the smallpox eradication is really important. Why the eradication was possible, at what duration or at what date it was eradicated. These all points are very, very effective. Also in your exam you may be asked that what are the other disease or infection which are in the phase of eradication, and up to what duration the target was set to have the eradication program, like what are the different infection, what is another parasitic infection that is eradicated from India. So these are the questions that can be asked. Molluscum contagiosum is also a small but really clinically important topic for differential diagnosis of the patients in your clinics, and it is very helpful to know about the molluscum bodies which can be found in histopathology, and we can be confused with the another bodies or with another infection or cancer like lesion or another things. So this is all about smallpox and molluscum contagiosum. Another virological pictures or that it has already been covered in your pox virus lecture. So this is all in very short and point wise discussion about the smallpox and molluscum. Thank you.